Hello, my name's Anna Tapper, and I'm the Primary Maths Advisor for Unity Schools Partnership and Unity Research School. And welcome to part one of Teaching Times Tables. Before we get started, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the work of two teacher research groups working with the Maths Hubs for their support and insight into what works for teaching times tables. You can find further links to their work on the Padlet. The national curriculum requires that all children can recall multiplication facts up to 12 times 12 by the end of Year 4. And of course, we know we have the DFE check at this point too. There's a general consensus between teachers and researchers that committing multiplication facts to long-term memory will support learners in their wider mathematical understanding. So for the benefit of pupils' overall mathematical development, it's an area we can add huge value to. However, we know that this is not a task that starts and ends in Year 4. So throughout these sessions, we'll be looking at a whole school approach to teaching times tables. When developing fluency with pupils, we want them to demonstrate flexibility in the methods they choose, to understand and explain these methods, and produce accurate answers efficiently. Russell spells this out in more detail and suggests that fluency consists of these three elements. Efficiency. This implies that children do not get bogged down in too many steps or lose track of the logic of a strategy. An efficient strategy is one that the students can carry out easily, and they can keep track of any sub-problems or workings out as they're going along. Accuracy. This depends on several aspects of the problem-solving process. So careful recording, knowledge of number facts and number relationships, and being able to double-check your results. Flexibility. This requires a knowledge of more than one approach to solving a particular kind of problem. Pupils should be flexible in order to choose an appropriate strategy for the numbers involved, and be able to use one method to solve a problem and another method to check their results. When working with Year 5 and 6 pupils, we can see where they fall down in having these three elements. An example I'm thinking of is when multiplying a 5-digit number by a multiple of 10. You see pupils writing out a column method and completing a whole row of zeros. So fluency demands more of students than memorizing a single procedure. They need to understand why they're doing what they're doing and know when it is appropriate to use a different method. I love this quote on the screen here because we all know children who fit this description. Developing number sense along with memory of multiplication facts is therefore key. So let's look at why learning multiplication facts is so important. When we're solving problems, we are using our working memory. In very simple terms, the more facts and strategies we've committed to long-term memory, the more space we have in our working memory. So how can we support memorization? These 5 strategies are a great starting point, and you can probably recognize how you use them effectively within your own classroom already. But let's think about what else we can be doing. In order to learn times tables, we have to teach them. We cannot just rely upon programs like TT Rockstars. So I'd like you to have a look and take some time to reflect on this list of things that the evidence shows works. How many of these strategies are you using already? Which ones are more challenging for pupils? Why might you shy away from using some of these strategies, and how can we overcome those barriers? Thank you for joining in with this session, where we started to explore the why of teaching times tables. In the next session, we'll be exploring the how, the actual things you can do in your class to support your pupils.